later this year. So we are told that the two sides did an appraisal of the meeting that took place between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump in the month of February, and understandings that were reached. Most importantly, this ambitious target of achieving $500 billion worth of annual two-way trade between India and the United States by 2030. And to understand what is the scale of ambition, as of today we stand at $130 billion. A decade back in 2015, it was just about 80. So that gives you an idea of the kind of scaling up that needs to be done. And that also, as a corollary, gives an idea that the headwinds of the tariff war that the Trump administration has launched perhaps might not be that strong insofar as India is concerned, because if that scale of trade is to be reached between the two sides, that number of $500 billion, then you cannot have those walls, you cannot have those moats, and you cannot have those difficulties created in terms of tariff and non-tariff barriers. So that's one good takeaway that comes out of the meeting. Essentially, it was more like an appraisal between the two sides as to how things have progressed in the last 2 months since Prime Minister Modi and President Trump met in the White House. And apart from that, of course, the fact that this is essentially a private visit for the Vice President. He has come to make his kids see their roots on the mother's side and connect with those roots. So, imagine landing after that 6 and 7 hour long flight from Rome and then heading straight to Akshardham Temple. And then, of course, this meeting. In fact, tonight itself, the Vice President and his family are wheels up, and they would be landing in Jaipur. The next 2.5 days, they are spending in Jaipur, but for one trip, dash down to Agra to visit the famed Taj Mahal. That's how the trip really pans out. He's also, of course, going to address people of the country as it happens through an event in Jaipur tomorrow at 3 p.m. But that's the only official engagement that the Vice President has. Right. Apart from this, all of it private visit, staying at the Rambagh Palace.
It's all about statement of intent, that we are all moving in the right direction. So sometimes more than the details, the pictures do tell the story, and the pictures very
just
pleasing.
One quick point, if I could make.
Yes,
one quick point.
Yes.
Look at the level of engagement. Prime Minister, President have already met. They have spoken 2 times on the phone. Vice President is here. As we speak, our Finance Minister is in the United States. Commerce Minister was there last month, and the Director of National Intelligence has already been in New Delhi. We have seen Tahawur Rana having been extradited. So much happening at this top level really shows the kind of resilience and durability that this relationship
need to build up
really
the manufacturing base to take advantage of the China plus one model, which the whole world is talking about right now. Anyway, Abhishek, thanks very much for that. On the other side, at 9 p.m. tonight, you see, viewers, I always say that we pick up issues others don't talk about, and the issue tonight is something that all of you are talking about. But media organizations, especially the Lutyens media, since they're so scared, are always worried about talking about judicial overreach. What Jagdeep Dhankar has said has struck a chord. I'm not saying he's absolutely right in his use of the language. But the fact is, there is judicial overreach in our country. At least there's a strong sense that there is. Should the judiciary appear to be, even if it is not,